Hi, my name is Andy Bacho, and I would like to tell you about my experiences and experiments with aquaponics over the last 3 years. So what is aquaponics? Well, aquaponics is the idea that you have fish tank full of fish and grow beds full of plants. Fish poo in the water and the water gets transferred to the plants, which extract the nutrients and that poo from the water and clean the water, which is then sent back to the fish. All you need to do is take a handful of fish food, throw it to the fish once a day, and your work is done. And what you get is source of fish and source of plants. No more food shortages ever again. Aquaponics has been romanticized over the last few years, and many people are not aware of realities of running aquaponics system. So I would like to tell you about 3 areas that you should be aware of before you get into it. These areas deal with aquaponics system failures, fish food, and plant food. So let's start with the failures. We often think of failures in aquaponic systems that are related to water. Yes, it is the main element that circulates in the system, and yes, the pipes can get disconnected and water drained and the fish would lose all the water and they suffocate, but it's not the only source of possible failures. This is what happened to me the other day. In the morning, I check the whole system and everything is running beautifully, like a Swiss watch. Great. I go out. It was exceptionally hot day. In the evening I come back, I check the system and everything is running very well, like a Swiss watch. I check my fish, they're all dead. All belly up. So what happened? Well, there's the aerator, which supplies air to the fish. It was exceptionally hot day and the tube that was connected to it expanded and fell off. This hasn't happened for 2 years before that, so it was completely unexpected failure, which actually resulted in loss of all my fish. Now, this is just to demonstrate there are many different sources of failure that you face and you may not be aware of. Second, fish food. Last time I ordered my fish food was from an Australian company, but when it arrived to my doorstep, I realized it actually came all the way from Vietnam. That's a pretty high carbon footprint, if you ask me, for fish food. And then how does this fish food gets produced? Actually, what happens? Well, back in Vietnam, there are fishing vessels with a huge nets. So they bring their catch back to the shore, and the buyers of fish, they pick the best pieces that they like, and the rest of the catch goes to factories where it is turned into fish pellets and similar products, and then gets shipped across half of the world to be fed to fish in fish farms, inland fish farms. That's not exactly environmentally sound, if you ask me. Thirdly, plant food. Many people think that the fish waste that is in the fish tank and get transferred to the plants is enough for the growth of plants. Only they get very surprised after a few months of doing aquaponics that the plants show signs of nutritional deficiencies, there are pests attacking them, and they are not growing as well as they should. Mostly leaves are growing like crazy, but nothing else. Well, the reason for that is that the water actually lacks micronutrients, which are natural in the soil, but they are not in aquaponic water, because there's no way how they can appear there. They just don't appear there by magic. We have to add them to it. So if you add these macronutrients, your plants potentially have a chance to be nutritionally rich and healthy plants. So is aquaponics a bad idea? No, it's a fantastic idea. Should you get into it? Yes, if you want to have a nice water feature in your backyard and grow your plants and have sorts of fish at the same time and don't mind the cost of running the system, and yeah, you should get into it. But be aware of possible system failures. Be aware that source of fish food is not exactly environmental, and be aware that fish waste is not enough for the system. You need to add macronutrients. Thank you for listening.